Welcome back to Theodicy Podcast with, of course, me, Word Justice. It's been a little while, guys. I have a few updates for you. That's why I don't have nothing in the title that is going to stand out. It's just a few updates that I definitely wanted to drop in and let you guys know about, including why my voice sounds the way that it does. Um, with that being said, I'm going to start off with a disclaimer. I do not own the rights to the music that I am about to play. I want a few people to come into the room. In the Act of 1976, I do not own the copyrights to this music. I am using it for educational purposes, I forgot creativity purposes and etc. etc. But however, I don't own the copyrights to the music that I'm about to play, but I'm about to wait for a few more people to come into the building. So, like I said, this is the Odyssey podcast with Word Justice. Please take the time out to subscribe, hit the up like button and notification bell. So every time that I go live, you will definitely be notified. So much distance between us. Get me on the floor. I be up there now talking like a smooth operator. Losing all control. I need that boom boom right now. Got me in the open like a drop top Chevy in a wishing low. I'm trying to put you in a red. Girl, don't keep gon' stand. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Roll tight like grooves. That's how I like my baby. Like I like my chicken. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Now come closer to me. So much distance between us. Distance between our bodies. So much distance between us. Distance between our bodies. So much distance between us. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Roll tight like grooves. That's how I like my baby. Like I like my chicken. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Now come closer to me. So much distance between us. Distance between our bodies. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All of those that's in the bushes, you could come on out, come into the chat. If you want to stay in the bushes, it's cool too. But welcome, the Odyssey Podcast. And while you're in the bushes, please subscribe, hit the up like button, notification bell. I appreciate it. First things first, I definitely want to represent. Today is Trinidad's independence. So represent to my country, Trinidad. All you done know. Jamaica independence not too long ago passed. But yes, of course, we're heading into the Labor Day weekend. I hope everybody had a wonderful summer. I hope everybody continues to have a wonderful year as the new year is among us. I'm been gone for a little while. Um, so let me just break it down like this. Went on a family vacation, which was a family reunion, and it was a great time up until I got sick, and everybody else got sick. And so end up testing myself to find out if I had the virus. As you guys know, the virus that's been plaguing us for a little while, which is, you guys know, I don't even need to say the front part. So I tested positive, and I mean, from the oldest to the youngest, literally tested positive. So it had me kind of down. That's part of the reason why my voice sounds the way it does. Like, literally, it sounds like I just woke up every time I open my mouth. So hopefully, I will be getting back my voice. So, um, Yeah, that was just like one of the events that literally kind of took me down, and I was unable because I definitely wanted to try and vlog on my little family vacation, but I definitely couldn't because all that had taken place. So when I tell you it was a lot. Oh, it's hot. Hi, how are you doing, Jill? How are you doing? Welcome. Thank you for pulling up on me. All hot over here in London. Wellness to you. Oh my God, I know London must be beautiful. I was watching something recently where London just recently had their little Labor Day parade going on. Peace, Kane Tube TV. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm always happy when you guys pull up on me. I hope you guys are enjoying the rest of the summer. I know that we're coming to the ending of the summer, and it's definitely just been a hectic 2022 into 21. You already know. But like I said, the new year is among us. So hopefully we go into the new year with great energy, great vibes, starting with the beginning of September, right, guys? But I just definitely wanted to drop in and, like I said, to give you guys a few updates. So Kane Tube TV. I know. That's why for me personally, it's been kind of so, but I guess we got to take it how we get it, right? In a sense. Um, and that's where I'm at most times at this point because, like, listen, life happens and a lot just happens to just take over. Jill, by the way, I hope that you will enjoy my commentary and you will take the time out to subscribe and hit the up like button and notification bell. I mean, you can hit the down like button too if you don't like my commentary because I don't mind taking honest criticism because I always try to do better as a content creator, especially a new one. So yes, I appreciate it. And I also have the Odyssey Podcast 2.0. You can also go check me out over there. It's more laid back, more conversational in the sense of different topics, relationship, work, financial, you name it. I'll be discussing celebrity talk. You already know. So to go check out the Odyssey Podcast 2.0. You may like that one, that channel, and the content that I'm doing over there. But like I said, I always appreciate you guys coming in and pulling up on me. And I cannot wait because, like I said, London just had their parade going on and it looked like it was a blast. And I wish that I was over there. And you said London is hot. I know it's beautiful. That's one place that I am desiring to definitely visit. You're doing just fine. Thank you so much, CaneTube TV. Like I said, my voice is just like now getting back into the motions, but that's what's been going on with me. And of course, you guys know other responsibilities take place alongside that. With that being said, I didn't forget, I've been definitely tuning into different things that I've been hearing that's been happening around us that we definitely always need to just be aware about. One of the things I definitely wanted to talk to you guys about is, just keep in mind our children are getting ready to go back to school, and we need to always keep talking to them and be the loudest voices in their ears because it's so much demonic energy that's been plaguing our children. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you, family, and blessings to you too. We definitely need to keep an open ear and always keep talking to our children and just keep mindful of the things that they're involving themselves with when it comes down to social media. Social media per se has plagued our children at a heighten right now to where they are out here killing and they're being killed, and they're also engaging in senseless activities that's also taken their lives. I came across um, a situation that took place, a 15-year-old kid, um, subway surfing. That's what it's called, subway surfing, right here in New York City, in Queens, New York. And he was subway surfing on the R train line, and his arm, let me say it better, his whole arm was severed. 15 years old, lost the arm, could have lost his life, which he's lucky. But we definitely, and being with other friends, having influence, trying to show off, these are things that we definitely need to talk to our children about, as far as always maintaining and keeping their own mind, and always trying to maintain leadership and never follow anybody when they know something doesn't feel right, it doesn't look right, and they know for sure that it's not okay. Yes, really, Joe. Let me tell you something. That's why I feel like it's most important that we really start to like really talk to our children and keep our voices as loud as possible in their ear, because the evil energies that's plaguing them is so heavy that it's sad to watch 14, I'm talking about 14, 12 years old, 15 to 16-year-old being locked up. If they're not being locked up, they're committing crimes at a heightened. If they're not committing crimes, they're ending up dead. No options. CaneTube TV, random acts of chaos, multi-ethnic destruction in America, media. I love that acronym. I love that acronym, CaneTube TV. And let me drop my link just in case you guys want to come up and, speak and put your piece in there. But let me tell you something. It has definitely been something that has been plaguing us at a height and when it comes down to our children. And I definitely think it's something that we need to just always keep in mind. Peace, Puerto Rican 360, peace, peace. I love when you pull up on me. It's definitely something that we definitely need to keep in mind and always be aware of what our children are engaging in. You understand? Sometimes, you're home and your children are home and they're in one room on a device, you're in another room in another, which maybe your device, or getting some work done, and you really can't begin to really know what's happening, because honestly, as parents, you literally have so much going on. Like, to uh, when you really sit back and just think about how much that plagues you as a parent every day, as far as going to work, paying the bills, making sure that everything is secured for the life that you brought forth. You still don't even have that timing to really play that major part in your child's life the way you need to, because you have to handle so much other things. But with that being said, even the slightest time that you do have, take that time just to whisper in their ear, and keep on just whispering their ear every time that you get a chance to. Because right now, it saddens me to know that so much young people are dying the way that they're dying, or they're committing senseless acts that's causing them to lose their life behind the bars. We already know that this world that we live in, I don't care where you're from, I don't care what color you are, it was not designed for our children to succeed and understand what entrepreneurship looks like, to make them understand that they have the opportunity to own and know what financial stableness looks like through entrepreneurship. Like, it wasn't built for them to be able to have that type of success. It was built for them to be employees, okay? To go and work, work, work. And that's all they understand. And so some of these young kids don't come from great areas, or don't come from the best of the best homes. Not that they don't have good parents, but maybe their parents are not able to provide the things that they may want. So they see themselves doing things to get the things that they want. And so it just be those little things that, we definitely got to keep up with, and have one-on-one conversations and try to get a more understanding of where your children are at. Even when it comes down to our young children committing suicide, or like I said, the social media, the TikTok. Right now, I don't know if you guys are aware, TikTok is being sued because they have people putting content where children from the ages of and up are seeing the content and trying to reenact and losing their lives. So it's really, really detrimental that we continue to always talk to our children and be aware and mindful of the activities that they are engaging in, especially when it comes down to this social media. Even when they're entering back in school and coming amongst friends, talk to them. And as you know, as a parent, our job is to always talk and say a prayer. Always pray for your children. Continue to pray for them all the time because that is what's needed for these children in this day and age. Because all that I've seen has definitely been a heartbreak. I have children of my own, I have teenage boys, and like I said, and I have a little girl now. And I don't even know in my mind, like, wow, I did it again, especially at this time and with all that's going on. It's gotten really, really real out here. So I just wanted to give you guys just a food of thought to just don't forget to speak to your children. Ask them how they doing. Ask them how they feeling. How was their day? Did they go through anything? Do they want to talk about anything? Just continue that process because 9 times out of 10, that may be saving your child. Always remember your voice will be in the back of their minds as long as you continue to talk. Guys, that was a situation that I definitely wanted to come out and bring out to you guys for those of you who have kids, cousins, your aunt, your uncle, whoever. You have little cousins, your older brother, your older sister, even talk to your family, talk to the younger ones, talk to the ones that's older so they could be able to talk to the younger ones. We have to start somewhere because right now at this stage in the game, it hasn't gotten any better. And more updates, I don't know if you guys have been aware of what's been happening with the whole situation with President Trump. President Trump's home in Mar-a-Lago has been raided. They have said they found documents that was supposed to be classified documents. So I'll just give you guys a rundown on the update with that. The Justice Department sought a search warrant for former President Donald Trump's residence in Florida after obtaining evidence that highly classified documents were likely concealed and that Trump's representatives had falsely claimed all sensitive material had been returned, according to a court filing by the department, which took place on Tuesday. The filing came in response to Trump's request for an independent review of material seized from his home, Mar-a-Lago. But it went far beyond that, painting the clearest picture yet of the department's effort to retrieve the documents before taking the extraordinary step of searching a former president's private property, which took place on August 8th. Among the new disclosures in the 36-page filing were that the search yielded three classified documents in desks inside Trump's office, with more than 100 documents in 13 boxes or containers with classifications marking in the residence, including some at the restrictive level. That was twice the number of classified documents the former president's lawyer turned over voluntarily while swearing under oath. Um, they had returned all the material and demanded that was demanded by the government. The investigation into Trump's retention of government documents began as a relatively straightforward attempt to recover materials that officials with the National Archives had spent much of 2021 trying to retrieve. The filing on Tuesday made clear that the prosecutors, are now unmistakably focused on the possibility that Trump and those around him took criminal steps to obstruct their investigation. The investigators developed evidence that government records were likely concealed and removed from the storage room at Mar a Lago after the Justice Department sent Trump's office a subpoena for any remaining documents with classified markings that led prosecutors to conclude that the evidence were likely taken to obstruct the government's investigation. The government filing said the filing included one striking visual aid, a photograph of at least five yellow folders recovered from Trump's resort and residence marked top secret, and another one labeled secret. But department officials are not expected to file charges imminently if they ever do. And the specific contents of the material the government recovered in the search remain unclear, as does what risks to national security Trump's decision to retain the material posed. While the filing provided important new information about the timeline of the investigation, much of the information was mentioned in less detail in the affidavits used to obtain the warrant, which a federal magistrate judge unsealed last week. Among the most crucial disclosures were those concerning the actions of Trump's legal team and whether they had misled Justice Department officials and the FBI. The Justice Department effort began in May after the FBI examined 15 boxes of documents the National Archives had previously retrieved from Mar-a-Lago, months of asking Trump's representatives to return missing records. The Bureau found 184 classified documents in that initial batch. On May 11th, department lawyers obtained a subpoena to retrieve all materials marked as classified that were not turned over by the former president. On June 3rd, his team presented FBI agents with 38 additional documents with classified markings, including 17 labeled top secret. But one of Trump lawyers presented during the visit explicit prohibited government personnel from opening or looking inside any of the boxes that remained in the storage room, given no opportunity for the government to confirm that no documents with classification markings remained. The filing said Trump team also provided the department's national security division with a written statement on behalf of his office by one of Trump's lawyers who was serving as the formal custodian of the files. While that person's name has not been redacted in government filing, multiple people have identified her as Christina Bobb. Okay? Bob's statement was attached to the department's filing on Tuesday. In it, the lawyer wrote that based upon the information that has been provided to me, there had been a diligent search and all documents responsive to the subpoena were being returned. Guys, that is the update with what's happening with the whole situation that took place with Trump and them going in and searching Mar-a-Lago. And also, they searched his resort and they found what they considered to be multiple classified documentation. Obviously, they wanted to retrieve it because it's probably real sensitive information they probably definitely don't want to get out. I'm going to keep on following up to find out what the proceedings are going to be looking like as far as this goes. Um, a lot's been happening. And with me even bringing up Trump, I'm going to tell you guys something. I have to do more research. And I'm hoping that maybe Kane Tube TV or Puerto Rican 360, they can probably come up and give a little bit more insight because they were the ones who gave me the insight. So now I'm bringing it to you guys. I always like to big up those who look out and give me information. And for me, this was definitely breaking news. And I'm just going to say alleged right now. Okay, I'm going to say alleged YouTube. You hear what I'm saying, right? Alleged. Allegedly, okay? Haley Biden had something that I guess she written on Twitter, and it came from her personal Twitter, and it has to do with our supposed president, Joe Biden. And from my understanding, allegedly, Joe Biden has been involved in a lot of heinous acts when it comes down to his daughter in law, Haley Biden, which, like I said, daughter in law. In her Twitter proposal that she had written out, it seemed like she was basically exposing a lot of secrets that has been kept under wraps. And so when I literally was listening to all the things that allegedly came from Haley Biden, which I'm going to say again, which is Joe Biden's daughter, which was leaked or, came from her private Twitter. I was appalled, very appalled, but not shocked at all. Appalled, but not shocked. So, Kane Tube TV, Joe Skin Mask, right? Joe Skin Mask, because we definitely don't know what's hiding under all of that that's going on with him. But yeah, so for me, I was very shocked. And like I said, for him to Joe Biden, aka Skin Mask, allegedly to have done the acts in which she claims has been done to her, allegedly, it blew my mind. But like I said, I wasn't shocked at the accusations that Haley Biden has put out there, but I definitely was like, look at this, like, all like, listen, I have a lot of words to say, but I'm gonna just keep it to myself because they're not pretty. Kane Tube TV, don't be surprised if they silence her permanently or mark her disappear or make her disappear. Watch the movie Murder at 1600. I'm going to actually check that movie out, Murder at 1600, but not for nothing. I don't put it past. I don't put it past. I don't know. Allegedly. Um, I'm going to keep on following it to just try to get more information. I highly doubt that they're probably going to allow it to full blown hit media. I definitely think that it's people that has a team that's going to be able to like literally like you know what I'm saying, make that situation basically like you're saying, Kane Tube TV, just poof and be gone in the air. That's my opinion with that. But like I said, it wasn't shocking to me, but the shit that was in there was definitely appalling. I don't think that no woman should have to go through what she said that she allegedly been through by the hands of her father-in-law. Um, so I look forward to really trying to get more information. I'm gonna do my little digging around and investigation about that because I definitely find that to be appalling. And then, you are, if you did it, the things that Haley Biden allegedly says that Joe Biden, aka Skin Mask, has done, then how many others have you done it to? And I'm pretty sure it's a lot others, but guess what? They're scared to break silence. Kane Tube TV. Unfortunately, that may be the only information we get. That was her cry for help. Hopefully, it doesn't fall on deaf ears. I hope it doesn't fall on deaf ears. And I definitely, and I'm going to say, for YouTube, allegedly, she is crying out for help. And I hope that she does get the help that she deserves. And I do hope it falls in to the hands of somebody that can definitely assist her. And I hope that it doesn't fall on deaf ears. Because, like I said, he, supposedly he's supposed to be the person running the country. But, like, forget about that part. He's probably done this to other women that's probably scared to break their silence. And maybe she has reached in a point where she's like, you know what? Now is the time. But I'm going to continue and I'll do my investigations when it comes down to that. But like I said, it was appalling to me, all the allegations that Haley Biden put out there. The First Lady presents Auntie's House, Grand Rising, Grand Rising, Grand Rising, Ma. Thank you for pulling up on me. I appreciate it. Jill, if you're still in the building, please take the time out to go subscribe to the First Lady Presents Auntie's House. You're also going to love her content. Trust and believe me, you definitely are. She'll definitely take you on a journey, and definitely you'll be in some deep conversation that I tell you, you won't want to get up your seat. You won't want to move from your seat. You'll just be so embedded. But I definitely appreciate you guys for always. Oh, yes. Listen, Jill, I'm going to introduce you to some people, man. Listen, let me tell you, please, you can pull up to the First Lady Presents Auntie's House. I promise you, when she opens up her live and she begins, you're definitely going to want to be there. She's actually on Bigo, and she does do ladies night, and she also has other content that she does on Bigo, which is awesome content. And it's always, like I'm saying, we always um like minds, think alike. So you coming around, Jill, I definitely know you kind of think alike, you know what I'm saying, pulling up on me and shit. So I know you're definitely gonna enjoy the First Lady Presents Auntie's House 100%. Um, but yeah, I mean, it was appalling when I tell you guys. But I'm definitely gonna do more investigation when it comes down to that situation, and definitely keep my ears open. And I, like I said, I hope that she gets the help that she needs and it falls into the right hands that will be able to assist her, because no woman should have to endure the things that she endured. And plus, on top of it, is even more creepy because it's her father-in-law. Like, oh my God, your father-in-law doing these appalling things to you is just like, really? And as a woman, just being violated in any fashion and having to deal with that is absolutely something that is traumatic and that you have to really try to go through recovering for like the rest of your life. So I definitely hope that everything works out to where she definitely gets assistance in the right way. I want you guys to be aware, for those of you who may have family in Mississippi, in the Mississippi area or whatnot. It's a lot that's been happening. It's a water crisis that's happening right now in Jackson, Mississippi. And right now it has gotten so bad that the city has temporarily ran out of bottles of water. No, I mean, that's how bad it is. They've ran out of bottle of waters to give residents. So right now, Jackson, Mississippi has a lot of people that are struggling just to have water. And we definitely all know how much you need water. I'm gonna look into that, where possibly we can be some of assistance to probably purchase water and probably be able to send water to that particular area. Um, Recent torrential rain, coupled with years of water system issues, have resulted in a crisis in Jackson, Mississippi, where the city doesn't have enough water to fight fires, flush toilets, or even hand out to residents in need of water. Jackson, Jackson, Mississippi main water treatment facility began failing Monday, according to the government. The National Guard was called up to help distribute bottled water as crew worked to get the water treatment plant back online state. Officials are saying right now that's what they're trying to do. But the distribution itself proved unsustainable. Residents of all ages were seen waiting in lines more than a mile long at Hockenfield Airport for at least 2 hours on Tuesday for just one case of bottled water. The event was supposed to span 3 hours, but ran barely beyond that because of the amount of people that were there and that was in need of water. And they only had 700 cases left from what they already gave out. Um, I just want us to like, if you got family that you know that's in that area of Mississippi, Jackson, Ville area, please, like, if you can get water and ship it out, that will definitely be helpful. We're talking about from older people to the young babies that right now in that area does not have water. They can't even flush toilets. You guys are hearing what I'm telling you. So that's something that I definitely wanted to bring awareness to. It's a lot that's just been going on, and if we could reach out to help somebody, we need to do that. Like I said, these people right now not having running water, not having clean water, not having water to do. You need water for a lot of things. You can't even boil anything because you don't even have water. You can't even flush the toilet because you ain't got no water. So that means if you are having to move your bowels or whatever, you have to. I can't even. This is just like it just boggles my mind sometimes. Like I swear. However, they did move in a state of emergency, but like I said, the amount of waters that they had versus the amount of people that needed the assistance, they did not have enough to distribute. I know that they are trying to get in contact with some other agencies to perhaps help. But like I said, if you have family members in that area and you're in a different area and you're able to ship them some water, please make that effort to do so because it's definitely needed. I find Kane, and this is from Kane 2 TV, I find that to be some bullshit considering the earth is covered in three-fourths of water. 100 and okay. 139, 685,000 square feet, million miles of planets. Earth is water. This is all part of the upcoming food shortage. FEMA get in tune. Wow. So you feel like right now, I mean, they did say it was going to be a shortage coming up. I don't know. I don't know. Like, I feel like even with us, they talk about our supermarkets and going into our supermarkets. I was cracking up because Kane Soup TV, you come and you bring the details, you bring the real details. And I'm over here like in my phone, like, let me make sure I'm saying right. But listen, even with where we're at and you walk into some of our supermarkets, you notice that it's a lot of stuff that's not there, for us to be able to purchase. They tell us to make sure and have our perishables and all of that, just for the upcoming shortage that's about to take place. And even with the thought of that, it's just definitely something that sends people in a disarray. You know what I'm saying? It takes people on a mental head. How can I don't want to use excuse my profanity, but it definitely fucks your head up because these are so much different things that they implement to yet again put us through a wave of so much ways of where people are going to feel now that they have to be destructive and go out there and do things to get things because they need it or they whatever it may be. But then that's where you see the destruction come in. And like you said, it's covered in three-fourths of water. So it's just like in the square miles like of the planet Earth, and our people are saying, look, we ain't got no water. We is struggling. It's long lines. We can't even flush our toilets. We can't even wash our hands. We can't even boil water. And all of that, in my opinion, is a part of a plan. Everything that I think that occurs is definitely put out there beforehand because they already have the ideal in their minds of the purpose behind the agenda in which they are doing the things that they're doing. Kane Tube TV, it is one coming. Get ready now. Remember, Joe Biden said, get ready for a dark winter. It didn't say which one, so stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Stop waiting for the news to tell you to move. I'm sorry, guys. My voice is getting kind of a little damp, so I got to kind of slow down because my voice is going to just slowly go away. It it is one coming. Get ready now. Remember, Joe Biden said, "Get ready for a dark winter." He didn't say which one, so stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Stop waiting for the news to tell you to move. I like that. That's a very powerful statement, and I truly agree with you on that. Who controls water that comes through the sink and faucets? We already know the government at this point, right? The government is what's controlling everything. You know, the higher ups is definitely controlling a whole lot of things that's happening, and a lot of things that's been happening. They've been the ones who've been controlling a lot of it. You know what I'm saying? Even the mass shootings and all of that that's been occurring, they played their major part in a lot of it. So I definitely feel like, yeah, they are the ones in control of just how everything works right now in our way of living, in our way of life. And I think that's where we need to try to figure out something different, because once they pull the rug from up underneath us, what happens? I feel like a lot of us, um, if that was to happen, a lot of us will be lost. Why? Because we have no sense of way of living. We don't know how to plant. We have no way of agriculture. Oh, yo, Jill, you're 100% right. No water, but loads of beer. You are so right. And this is the thing, we will lack so much of the things that we need, and people will go out there to rob for the things that they don't need. And that's where the destruction happens. You know what I'm saying? When you look around and you see, and you said that, so you hit that on the head. Between Kane Tube TV and Jill, you guys are hitting it on the head, because it should not be loads of beer coming in to anywhere if it's people with no water. That right there is absolutely ridiculous. So we know to ourselves that it's an agenda. It was an agenda put in place for a plan. And we are, some of us, I think for me, I'm on the bridge trying to figure out, trying to give myself the sight to see what's the next move. Because definitely a lot of things that we say to ourselves, we really don't, a lot of us per se, don't really think about it consciously, and just think we have all this time and life is just going to go on. And it's really not like that. That's why I said, what happens, when they decide to pull the rugs from up underneath us? Are we all going to be drug addicts and alcoholics, poor on the streets, robbing, killing each other? Like, it's real. Kane Tube TV, the people that's coming in the country by the loads are here to replace you and me. Mhm. I mean, I feel like we have the ability to now be able to make changes, right? Because yet again, for me personally, I feel like change starts with self. And I've came a long way through a lot of shit that I've seen or been through, and understanding that although I want the things around me to change, I have to start with myself. And if we all were to take a moment and understand that change starts with self, then our doors perhaps will begin to open. Jill, yes, they come in by boatloads on our south coast. Wow. Wow. And what does that do? When you drink, what does it do? It impairs your judgment, right? It makes you get out of yourself. You want to do things, you know what I'm saying? Gives you like this different type of feeling, right? And this is what they pour into countries all over the world. This is what they're pouring into the countries all over the world. We got to stop crying and bitching and moaning, unite for one common cause and fight back. That one common cause is freedom, real freedom, justice, and equality. And I could agree with you. But a part of that is starting with yourself. A part of that is starting with yourself, you know? And I just feel like so many people are just like blinded. Like, you have those that they're somewhat seeing, but they're not there yet. You have those that they seeing what it is, but they can't step over that plateau. And then you have those that they're not seeing, they can't hear because they're just in it. So that's why I say like the change and to make a difference has to start with our people understanding change. If we want to see change, we have to start with changing ourselves. Jill, they on anti-psych meds too. So it a time explosion. Oh wow, it's a time explosion. Hmm. Agile, this is predictive programming. They showed you this on an episode of South Park titled Goons Back. They took our jobs. Goons backs took our job. I mean, I can understand that, and it's been time and time. But what are we doing to change? We have not implemented nothing in change for ourselves. So we make those statements, and I totally can understand it, but in the same token, we are still not making the efforts to change anything for ourselves. So they're coming and they're taking our jobs. And I'm speaking from an immigrant point, right? Because I have family that's from all over Trinidad, Jamaica, England, whatever. Family from all over Canada, whatever. You have family from all over the place, right? And they're born where they're born at, and they come here to make a better living. The saddest part about it for me is that you have born people that's born here on American soil. Now listen to what I'm saying. You have people that's coming from a different place. Don't matter where you're coming from. You could be coming from Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, Trinidad, Jamaica, England, London, wherever. And those people that live in these areas, they experience whatever they experience, that they want to come to America for a better life and a better way of living, for better money, for a better job, whatever their image of what America is when they're back home in their country, right? That wants them to come here. Now, when they come here, they realize that the American dream was just a dream that was sold, right? And they have to make that dream for themselves. So now they come here, and the same jobs that the Americans were born here, they were born on this soil, afforded the same jobs, but yet an immigrant will come here and take that same job that an American who's born here will say, "Oh, I'm not working that job." Now, don't get me wrong. I can understand why an American that's born here on this soil and that understands their value would say, "Oh, I'm not working that job for this type of money because I know my value and I know that you're cheating me in a sense," right? But an immigrant that's not from here will come here and get a job, and the job will offer them something, and they'll say, "Okay, I'm going to take that job, no problem," and they'll work for that little bit of money, and they'll work damn hard for that little bit of money until they need to get where they need to get to build something big. What I'm saying, we need to take some of that they have, because that's something that's instilled from back home. We need to take that instillment from back home and try to apply it to our lives, the ones that are living here, that was born here. Now, Kane Tube TV, the only change I see is uniting and fighting the fuck back. They're not gonna give you anything. So stop asking. So stop asking, stop begging. Unite and stand firm. We are the majority all over the planet Earth. I agree. So true, Jill. Too much TV, Cane Tube TV, too much TV and fake imagery, courtesy of the Tell Live Vision, telling lies to your vision. I agree with that too. I agree with that too. And these are the things that I think that we need to have more discussions about, and we definitely need to be willing to have diverse discussions and have an open mind, because like I said, you said it perfectly, all over. We are the majority all over the planet Earth. So what are we doing? You know, and certain things we can teach each other, but we have to be willing to listen to one another, and we need to stop worrying about where this that be willing to listen to the next person and receive a jewel that could probably be implemented in your life to change your life, to start the form of change. Like I said, it's certain things that my background that I see other people background, I say, well, wow, maybe if this was implemented here, this will be this. But that's just a thought. And all that we're talking about right now, Kane Tube TV, Jill, Puerto Rican 360. I know that she's in the building still, and probably if she was able to type and come up, she will. Auntie's house. Let me tell you something. It's real. The conversation needs to be had, and these discussions need to continue. And we need to exchange this energy so we could start beginning our new world for ourselves. You know, very true word, Justice. However, how long are we supposed to kiss their ass doing slave labor for chump change? First round first around, us can say we made it that success. Now, how about we start owning ish? No, you see, Kane Tube TV, I agree with you. But how do we go about doing that? Let me tell you something, right? I live in Queens. When you look around and you go outside, what do you see? You see all the Akis, right? What we consider to call them Akis, right? All right. They ain't no different from us. They black. Okay. But they own chains of stores all over. These people are coming from where they're coming from. They all live together. It could be 20 of them living on top of each other. They all live together. They penny pinch. They all eating from one pot, because mentally they know where they're striving to go and what their ultimate plan is. You see, the problem is we don't have a plan. That's why we don't know where the hell we going. And we don't even know where to stop. We got to lose that slave mentality when we are the makers, the owners of the planet Earth. We got to believe in ourselves instead of relying on the piece of cushion master's author. But exactly. But it's so many people that's relying on the cushion of the master. So the question lies. That's why my question stands. When the rug gets pulled up under you from the master, because the master's like, oh, yeah, look, I gave you the cushion for a very long time. Now I'm about to take this cushion away. What happens? 99% of people are lost in the sauce, because they, first of all, they as far as using their hands and knowing how to plant stuff and build, all of that is out the window, because they taught us how they crippled. They started to cripple us with the computers and all the gadgets and all that stuff. like first, first step, first we stop asking how and start doing. Them Euros and them Arabs, not asking, they're doing. They live like that because you may have never heard of called free range slavery. Okay, now what I'm saying is I agree with what you're saying, but you're still going to be in a slave mentality, which much people are, because they're still depending on that master. The only way for you to get out the slave mentality is for you to step out the door and say, I don't want nothing. I don't want none of your assistance. None of your assistance. I don't want none of it. I don't want your job. I don't want your government assistance. I don't want none of it. I'm going to start to rebuild my world. When that's the like when do we that's where we have to start. That's called literally boycott. If we're going to start doing something, we got to start with boycotting. That means we got to boycott everything, everything, and start and build. Like if almost like you're planting a seed in the dirt and watering it every day until it grows and turns into that beautiful flower. And then multiplies itself and becomes into more beautiful flowers. So I totally understand. But guess what? This, I'm going to say it again, 99.9% of us are still mentally enslaved, no matter which way you put it, because you're seeing it every day. And the reason for that is because I feel we lack that understanding of like wanting to do it. And you said it perfectly. We have to stop saying and doing. And that's what these other people come here, if we want to call them other people, right? If this is what they come here and do, they come to American land and they do what we need to be doing. And we ain't doing it. And then we cry about why we not doing it. And it doesn't make sense. To a certain degree, I mean, we got to figure it out as we're going to be self sabotaging, because we've been doing it. And like we are the greatest minds, we are great people. We have the ability, but not everybody is a cane tube TV. You know, not everybody's going to have that food for thought and that mental that you have. Not everybody's going to be a presenting auntie's house and have that thought that she has and that vision that she has, right? So the ones that we do have with that envisionment and that power of words and wisdom, we got to start from that main little group, right? In order to build up. And so whatever changes we got to start with, I feel like, then we got to start with our changes with ourselves and our group and then begin to expand. I mean, and that's just an opinion, y'all. I ain't saying that's fact. So, but that's just my thought process. And like, I love talking to y'all because y'all put my thought process in drive and I enjoy it. And just always giving me food for thought. And these are things that other people may not have even thought about. The things that Came to TV mentioned, the things that Jill mentioned, him being across in London. You know what I'm saying? And like, listen, if on listen, presenter Auntie's house was up here right now. She has her thing where she breaks down this shit for you like none other. Okay. And the greatest things about it is we all have diverse mental thoughts of what our world should be looking like, that we could actually make it really great if we could put it into fruition. But yeah, I feel like it starts with us. I definitely feel it starts with us. And like I said, Kane Tube TV said it perfectly. We are all over the planet Earth. And we can make a lot of things happen, but we definitely got to start doing. You know, we got to start doing and less talking. They've been moving us around for years, even UK. a load colony. They write it in French. Jill, listen, listen. I want to know more about that too. Let me tell you something. Kane 2 TV is one of those males that he has so much knowledge when it comes down to so much. So we be conversing and having a conversation, and we always get into in-depth convos like this. But yeah, I mean, this is what it really is. Like they're moving y'all around like what? Like it's craziness to me, you know? But what, like, we have to start to change something because all over the world is going through it. When we sit back, oh, we all over the world. So you know all over the world is going through it because we're everywhere. But it's so much things that, you know, I think, in my opinion, and I'm only going to speak for myself now, I think that it's a lot of things that I lack. You know, there's a lot of things that I am learning. And like I said, I'm always learning and I'm always opening up my mind. And if somebody tells me something, I'm always not trying to look at it from not one angle, but 360, you know? So for me personally, it's just like, oh, there goes Ultimate K Man. Hold on, guys. Let me add him to the stream. For me, it's just like I'm always in that process of just learning. You know what I'm saying? And it's a beautiful thing. Ultimate K Man, welcome.
Peace, peace. What's up, Justice? What's the word?
What's going on?
All
I'm happy you pulled
wild, wild, and
up.
civilized.
Like I was telling Jill, we always have these great conversational pieces, and I definitely enjoy it because, like I said, it's all about great minds putting diverse thoughts together and also just seeing things from different perspectives. And yeah, I mean, I'm here. You got the
Yes,
floor.
yes. I mean, I'm just a piggyback and add on to what you was already talking about. I was in the chat texting because I was on the move and shit. And motivation, elevation, moving around. But all things being real, though, Justice. You know, like you were saying in the chat about how all these people are coming up here from various. This was already planned. See, a lot of people aren't familiar with the Illuminati card game. Illuminati card game came out in 1995. I forgot the guy who created the game. His name was Steve something, but I'll get the name for you in a second. But he created the Illuminati card game. And in this card game, it shows various scenarios, various drills that they plan on doing with the planet. And so far, they have, enacted a lot of them, like with the World Trade Center and the Boston bombing and like the Iraq war and this and that, and the famine that's going on, that's getting ready to happen real soon. See, a lot of people they crying about all the wrong stuff, but we need to be getting ourselves together. You know what I'm saying? You can't wait for the news. You can't wait for Jay-Z. You can't wait for Beyonce one of them to get on TV and tell you, y'all gotta get yourselves together, y'all. And even if they were to tell y'all that, a lot of people are still asleep because it has to happen to them. It has to bite them in the ass in order for them to know that they've been bit. Unfortunately, some people, not everybody, but some people. But this shit is real out here. With them bringing a lot of these people into the country, that's only to replace the everyday you and me. The ones that didn't want those little jobs, that didn't want to work for little $7, $8 an hour, they're gonna bring these guys up here to work for that $7, $8 an hour because they're not gonna complain. A lot of them really can't even speak the English too well to complain. But see, that may not work out in their favor because I was just watching something where one Mexican got fired and all the Mexicans on the job quit. So, you know what I'm saying? America might be making a big mistake in what they're doing, you know?
I mean, I agree with you when you say that because as you mentioned that perfect statement right there, because to a certain degree, you do gain more intelligence through your process of life in the sense of, okay, you may have started working at a certain amount, but once you get to a certain level, now you know what your value is, right? And now I know that you need me. So I can agree with you to a point where a lot of them have understood the levels of, okay, I came here and I worked so hard that now I'm not even going to work harder no more. I'm going to work smarter because now I know what I do is high in demand because my majority works with their hands.
Right. And you're
They
right
do.
about that right there, Justice. So why not take that same mentality and open up your own business, become an owner, get off the slave mentality, become an owner. I would rather be a boss instead of a worker. You know, one of my homeboys had asked me, he said, "Yo, God, if you had to do it all over again, how would you do it? If I gave you $30,000 to open up a business or go get a degree, what would you do?" And I told the guy, I was like, "Yo, I would take a gamble on myself and open a business."
Okay.
He asked me why. Because reason why I would open up a business and take a gamble on myself because it puts me in the driver's seat. You understand what I'm saying? As opposed to working for someone at any given time when they no longer need you, your services can be terminated. You know, me for one, I really don't take direction too good from someone I feel is inferior to me. You know,
Mhm.
oh yeah, you're a boss and this, that, and the third. But I know in a real situation, I know who's the alpha and who's the beta. So I find problem with that. So that's why me, I work for myself. You know, work everybody that can't own shit. You gotta remember that too. Everybody can't be an owner. You gotta have flunkies, you gotta have workers. But me personally, for myself, I want to be in a position of an owner. And that's what's missing with us. We don't have a lot of owners. And the owners that we do have, they going into business for themselves instead of trying to conglomerate and create. And that way we can create the wealth for everyone. Stop being afraid of that shit that happened in Black Wall Street. Okay? That was 100 years ago. By now we should have learned from that, regroup, learn how to move smarter, more militant, and whatever happens, happens. Because either way you look at it, playing the devil's game, you're still going to lose anyway. So don't get caught up in the little fun that you having, little money that you got right now. People looking at you a certain type of way, just in the third. People, oh, he made it. He got bread. She got bread. Listen, because at the end game is you still lose because we all have to die. Everyone has an expiration date. So if you want to have
I
this so-called fun at your leisure, pause self, Justin. Let me just get this off real quick. So if you want to have
mhm.
fun at your leisure without having to worry about Massa with his foot on your neck, hand up your ass, then I suggest you break away from his shit. Being that a lot of people know how to read and all that, right? We need to learn how to read the shit that's out there, that's already out there. The books are out there. All we gotta do is pick them up and read and learn the same way they did it, and start going into business for ourselves.
I mean, look, I I agree with what I agree. I agree with what you are saying 100%. And like
There's
for
no more
me,
Mr. Softy ice cream. No more Mr. Softy ice cream, Justice. We gotta be straight up. Cause that Mr.
I'm
Softy ice cream shit is only getting us, you know what I'm saying, a sticky mouth and no
so for
results. We gotta come hard with
I
it now.
and I agree, but for me, I'm gonna be real. I'm just gonna talk for myself. For me personally, I think that I've came to a point of almost like a baby. So like for instance, watching my babies, right? You watch a baby before the baby is able to walk, baby's gonna learn how to crawl. So just in that analogy of looking at a baby, for me, my mental is understanding that right now where I'm at, I have to crawl before I can actually get up and walk. Um, and this is as far as building up my channel and balancing other endeavors that I'm interested in also. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely, because for me, I want to be my own boss too. That's a part of something that I see, but I know that for me as myself, I have to take certain steps to get where I need to be because I feel like a lot of times that's why some businesses fail because people go into something without a blueprint, you know? And I think that that's something that for me personally, I'm understanding is I am a person that I want to be my own boss, but I know what that entails. And until I'm able to reach that goal in being my own boss, then I know that I will have to continue to work on my blueprint up until I get there. And perhaps that same blueprint that I use to reach my goal of being my own boss and doing what I love to do per se will be a jewel that will be passed on to maybe somebody else or even my own, you know? So, yeah, that's where I'm at per se. Ultimate came in, are you still here? So, Ultimate
Yes,
came in.
still here, still here.
We're still here.
Okay. So, that's my thought process for myself, because I don't feel like anything is impossible. I feel like the only thing that's impossible are the things that we choose to make impossible. Welcome, Genuine Artistry. Welcome. Thank you for pulling up on me. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for pulling up.
Peace, Earth, peace.
Hey. I just feel as though we gotta get off that Kunta Kinte shit, man. Can't be afraid to make a try. You know what I'm saying? We just can't be afraid to try out here, Justice. You mean you gotta fail in order to succeed sometimes. You know, when they
Yeah.
first came out with airplanes, you know what I'm saying? The first flight didn't take off. A couple of planes had to crash. But
Hmm.
but you know, you never give up on your dream. You never stop believing. You know?
And I think that's the
Well,
main
the rock,
important key, you know? I think that the key is to have that faith within yourself.
Whatever.
right.
I can't hear
Right.
you. I'm sorry. Was Puerto Rican
I
360
was
playing?
what I was saying was this: peace, justice, peace. Chat. No, I was
Peace.
just saying that I don't know if anybody, has watched the Wu-Tang Clan saga series, but if you did watch it, if you notice, all of those guys were just regular street guys. A lot of them were drug dealers and things like that. And the main one of all, which was Divine, which is RZA's brother,
Mhm.
which he's the business, the business person behind the music. He didn't know nothing about business at all. But you know what he started doing? He started reading like little contracts, and like he was working in construction, and they would have like laws and stuff. You know how they got to put the laws up on the wall so you could see them because that's part of the procedure.
Hold on 1 second. No, matter of fact, keep talking.
He that's what he started doing. He started reading all the laws and reading all different kind of contracts and all this and that. He was trying to learn the lingo.
Because that's another thing too. We got to get ourselves mind shaped, mind sharp. So that way we can go in there and talk the lingo. So that way we can be in a position. They're not gonna respect us on some ghetto shit.
Right.
I'm gonna be honest with you. They don't even respect the motherfuckers that's coming in this country. It's just that them niggas don't speak good English, and the person could be like, "Yo, work for me, man. Give you $15. Oh, see, okay, see. But $15 to us ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? We have to learn the lingo in order to be able to mingle. You can't go in there not knowing the language and expecting shit to go your way. We have to read. We got to go back to reading. That's another thing too. Reading is fundamental. A lot of us got off the reading drip once they got cell phones. Once you was able to get a camera phone, smartphone, a lot of people start picking up books and reading. Okay, because you got YouTube video to give you a quick 5-minute tutorial or show you how to put it together. No, there's nothing wrong with reading.
I mean,
Back then, how to put the sink together, you had to get a book. Putting together a sink for dummies.
Well, guess what? It's no more that, and as you mentioned, it's no
Go back to
more
reading.
reading. It's definitely no more writing. They have definitely took the writing out completely. I think that Writing is
Right.
a fundamental source that's definitely needed for children, especially to release energy because you release energy through writing. You know what I'm saying? And they have definitely took that out by implementing these iPads into the school. So a lot of our children, they don't even know about like the cursive or penmanship per se. Let's just put it on a whole. They really are not well versed in penmanship at all. Just because these are the things that were taken out of the school system, which somewhat is crippling a lot of the children because now they definitely don't want to write anything. They rather type up every single thing. Factory, write genuine artistry. That like it's real out here. It's the real thing, it's the real deal. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I've been very aware of that. And even during the summer, my son, he had to read a few books, and it was just like the most difficult thing for him to do. And I found him kind of lagging, and he was a person that loved to read, like really loved to read. Welcome, Gray Area. Thank you for pulling up on me. Thank you for pulling up on me. Yeah, and I noticed that he was very like, you know what I'm saying? But he was always one of my children that he always loved reading and stuff like that. And like soon as he got into the world of knowing how to work all this technology, the reading for him was like, oh, why I gotta read? Or I could just read a little part and just write a whole summary and tell him what it's about. And I told him this is gonna build you up. So going into high school right now, which is my middle son, he's going into high school. So him going into high school, and this is a specialized high school, he had to read 3 chapter books and also write on what he read. And I thought that was something that was definitely good for them to implement for him to be able to do during the summertime. Because the like I said, the lack of writing and reading is out the door. That's why you could put anything in a book and you want to hide it from us, there you go. Because we ain't looking in the books. Genuine artistry technology has cut us off from our natural way of retaining information. It has. It has tremendously. And this is why the lack of socialization is not even there. Because even if you notice, you could be going out, say you're going to dinner somewhere. It's no more conversation or nothing. Why? Because everybody has their device in their hand. Oh, I gotta post. Oh, I gotta put this, so all of that is out the window. Socialization, we lacking a lot of that too. The only thing we're well versed with in socializing is the damn phone or computer, which is crazy to me. I mean, don't get me wrong. I enjoy the technology just because you get to reach out to so many different vast amount of people, right? And things of that nature. But it's also a point of where you abuse things, right? So I think that in our world right now with our people, we lack moderation. We don't know what moderation looks like. So that's the problem. Technology can be used. It's how you go about using it and how long you're using it for, and what is the outcome behind you using it. Like you would have people on Instagram or on TikTok or all these other little whatever social media sites for hours. For hours. They didn't gain nothing. They ain't do nothing. They ain't teach like nothing, nothing, nothing. You understand what I'm saying? So at the end of it, it's a waste of time, a waste of time, a waste of air, all of it. But it's people that's like that, and they so addicted, almost like I'm addicted to smoking my weed. They're addicted, so they don't want to put it down. People don't log off. No, this is the ultimate drug because people that did not have attention and come on to TikToks and come on to YouTube and they get the attention, it's almost like a rush of fame for them because it's something that they never had and they are not used to it. So when they receive it, it's like, oh shit, And so it becomes almost addicting to the point where it's 24/7, you know? Look, I see some people, that's older people that, they got kids. And it's like, oh, you got kids, but how do you got kids and you on this computer 24/7? Like, how are you doing a 10-hour live and you got kids? Like, when do you stop to take care of your kids if you're doing a 10-hour live? And the saddest part about it is you ain't saying shit. But yeah, that's just my thing when it comes down to technology. So I have to agree with you, Ultimate K, man. It's technology, it's what I consider to be a gift and a curse, in my opinion, for real. But overall, I just wanted to tell you guys too, thank you all for pulling up on me because it's been a little minute. And for those of you who are now pulling up, I gave a little update, went on a family vacation slash reunion, and all of us got sick and etc. So my voice is kind of raspy, and sometimes you'll hear me get a little bit low because that's me trying to struggle to talk, and I don't want to overdo that because then I'll completely lose my voice again. But yeah, I appreciate all of you that always show up and show me love and support. Just know that I'm always around and I'm always showing my love and support because sometimes I be in the bushes, y'all already know. But I definitely just appreciate you guys on a whole. And Jill is a new subscriber, so thank you, Jill. Shout outs to Jill, coming straight out of London. I appreciate you, and I hope to see you again. And I hope to see you over there on Theodicy 2.0 because, listen, y'all, listen. Sidebar, the Odyssey 2.0. I am going to try to get in there for a late night. I'm talking about late night, 11 p.m., maybe 12. Yes, it is going to be after hours over there. I want to get into discussions over there. Genuine artistry. I definitely, definitely want you to pull up because I definitely want you to get in depth, girl, with me. We are going to be talking about relationships, and I don't want you guys to miss it. Gray area, Jill, all of y'all, please go subscribe to Theodicy 2.0. I'm telling you, tonight I will be over there and it is going to, I want us to get into a more laid back, chill vibe. And obviously, we always leave food for thought because you guys are so intelligent and so well versed educationally that I already know we'll be talking about relationships, but it'll also be jewels in there to perhaps help relationships grow, help relationships that maybe are toxic be understand that it's okay to walk away from, and what it looks like to just want to be happy and shit like that. So I'm trying to tell y'all, I'll be over there. I'll be over there tonight. Oh, 11 o'clock, 12 p.m. I mean 12 p.m. 12 a.m. Sorry, y'all. Of course, I'll come over, grapefruit and lime peels, boil them into a solution and drink it. Yes, I am about to do that because Mimi was actually telling me that you told her about that. So I definitely need to jump on that because I do got some grapefruit. So I need to because my voice is crazy. Jill, I never had any children. Can I ask if ultrasounds are still done in maternity? Yes, they are. They are. Um, I just recently had a baby 9 months ago, and they definitely still do the ultrasounds. And now technology has it where during my pregnancy, I couldn't really do the back and forth to the hospital situation. So they actually sent me home with the ultrasound kit thing for me to be able to hear the baby and stuff like that and check the baby's heartbeat while I was at home. So, yeah, they definitely still got that going on. And Jill, that's what I'm saying, girl. Check me out over there on Theodicy 2.0 because I'm going to tell you right now, I got some info on that. And Genuine Artistry, listen, she got some info on that. I also got Puerto Rican 360, Presenting Auntie's House. Listen, I got a group of wonderful, great, inspiring women that, like I said, are highly intelligent and well versed educationally that I definitely, when we get into topics and conversations, we like to discuss certain things like what you just asked, because there's a lot of things that just been changing, and everywhere around the world is different. Everywhere. And I want to get a little insight of what London is and how you how you guys are just dealing with certain things that's happening out there, even with your hospitals and all of that. Like, how has that happened? Your working environment, agriculture. I definitely want to get into depth with you 100%. My old drunken GP did all the research on this using acoustics. Joe, you was cracking me up. Yes, I'm going to enjoy you. Well, you're gonna have to tell me more about that. I'm telling you, I appreciate you guys so much. You guys always put like a great smile on my face. And like I said, Theodicy 2.0 is definitely kickback, laid back, chill, and a great environment that I'm definitely just trying to set up. That's why I call it the after hours. I also, just a little update for you guys with the Odyssey Podcast 2.0. I will be doing something called the wrap up. And the wrap up is definitely going to deal with everything that's been happening in YouTube and on the YouTube streets. So stay tuned for the wrap up because I'll be doing a wrap up for 2023. Well, going into 2023, you guys. But yeah, I appreciate you guys so very much. And I just always love to have the conversations that I have with you guys because, like, it's always allowing me to learn something. And hopefully, whoever may be listening out there is also learning something. And I am always appreciative because I always love different perspectives, you know. And I always enjoy my people because people that come into my chat room, they definitely come in and they stay because great minds think alike. Thank the earth. Put them on the RD of my timeline. Got you. Thank you, Earth. I appreciate you. Already know. Um, I can't even tell you guys, like, this was definitely something unexpected because I didn't even think I'll be able to stay on this long just because my baby girl, she be going through it and stuff like that. But yeah, I appreciate you guys so much and I thank everybody for subscribing and hitting the up like button and notification bell. And like I said, 12 a.m. we turned up over there, the Odyssey 2.0. Ultimate K Man, I appreciate you for always gracing my platform, always gracing my chat, and always leaving food for thought, always nourishing the mind. And I'm going to leave you and allow you to, spread your food of thought that you have. Genuine Artistry, do you want me to share the backup channel? Yeah, of course. You can go ahead and share it. Ultimate K Man, go right ahead.
Yes, thanks, Justin. You know what I'm saying? It's always a pleasure being on your show. Always coming up here, sharing thought, sparking thought, you know what I'm saying? Sparking, people's mind, to think different, use your own discernment. I love having these builds with you. For those who are checking for me or want to get to know who I am, I'm the Ultimate Cane Man. You can reach me over on IG, Ultimate Cane Man 7 at IG. And also, if you want to know anything about the little things that we doing as far as Usle Designs, that's my beautiful wife, Puerto Rican 360. She deals with the t-shirts and wall art and wall decor. As far as doing things for your house in an inspirational type way. As far as her pictures, because they're very original, very original, very original. Good affirmations on the pictures and everything. So you just check out Usle Designs at IG. And with that, I'm a peace out. Peace.
Peace, Ultimate K Man. And yes, I just want to give a few special shout outs real quick, y'all. Bear with me. Okay. So, yes, I just want to give a few special shout outs. As you guys know, Kane2 TV, always grace in the building, and he knows I'm always appreciative, along with the Earth, a Puerto Rican 360. I appreciate it so very much for pulling up on me and always showing your support. I also want to give a special shout out to First Lady Presents Auntie's House. Please go check her out. Go subscribe. She'll be on YouTube very soon. And like, I trust me, you won't regret subscribing. So the First Lady Presents Auntie's House. thank you so very much for your love, your support, and always pulling up on me. I appreciate you so very much. Jill, out of London. Thank you so much, Jill, for pulling up on me. I hope to see you a lot more. I appreciate you so very much, and your energy is just wonderful and just beautiful. And I thank you for coming through and having a conversation with me, Word Justice, on my platform, The Odyssey Podcast. And when I drop my link, Jill, always feel free to hit the link and voice your opinion. Or if you like to stay in the chat, you're always welcome there too. But I just want to give you a special shout out and tell you I appreciate you. And Jill is coming straight out of London, y'all. I'm here, Yorkshire, Last. Really? Okay. Yes. I also want to give a special thanks to Genuine Artistry. Thank you so much, Genuine Artistry. I appreciate you so much, so very much. And I words can't even explain because you are one of those who have always continuously supported me and has always pushed my platforms. And without you, I really don't think my platform would have been seen the way it's being seen now. So I just need to really give you a special shout out and a special gratefulness all day to let you know that I see and I'm so grateful and appreciative of you for assisting me and believing in my platform and sharing my platform because you believe in me. So thank you, Genuine Artistry. Thank you, Gray Area. Thank you, Gray Area, for always pulling up, my brother, and showing your beautiful energy you got in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Dropping a few jewels, but always appreciative, my brother, for you showing up. I appreciate it so much. I thank you all. I thank all my subscribers. I currently, right now, have 96 subscribers. Well, 97 subscribers with Jill. So I currently have 97 subscribers, and I appreciate all of you who subscribe to me so very much and took the time out to just want to help my platform grow. And I hope that we continue this journey together as I grow as a content creator and get better and learn new things. And I just look forward just to continuing to grow more and meeting new people and just spreading the knowledge, and just allowing you guys to get a chance to just know who I am and have a kickback. So, yeah, it's me, Word Justice. This is the Odyssey Podcast 2.0, and I love all of you. And I hope that you guys end off this summer with great energy. And if an energy doesn't serve you, then allow it to stay at the door. Don't open the door to allow it in. Leave it at the door. And just stay true to yourself. And I'll definitely be back around. And I will definitely be back on the Odyssey Podcast 2.0 tonight. Well, yeah, tonight, 11 p.m. hopefully, or 12 a.m. But you guys will see my notification if you guys are subscribed over there. So like I said, guys, I'm wrapping it up and I don't want to go, but I have to because I have to take care of some stuff and I definitely want to come back later on tonight. So yeah, I hope to see you guys and I love all you guys and have a great rest of the evening. Yeah, the Odyssey Podcast. It's me, Word Justice. Subscribe, hit the up like button, notification bell, and have a blessed day. I'm grateful. Peace out. Ultimate K-Man.
Peace to the chat and peace out.